Mm-hmm. It's good and steamy. Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It's Monday. And tomorrow's Tuesday, but today's Monday, and we're getting started. Mama's cooked up some pinto beans today, or some of y'all call them
soup beans.
Soup beans. We call them soup beans and pinto beans. We just call them what they need to be called at the moment. I'm gonna do some onion, and you need all this onion.
No, just about half of it.
Okay, I'm gonna keep half of it for eating. And I'll just leave it like it is. I'm going to chop it up into quarters. Come right down here and check it out. I'm chopping it up into quarters. Mama's going to do fried taters. This is just onions for eating. And this half over here is going to be onions for Mexican cornbread. So I'm going to put some of these little pieces in here. Like this. And then I'm going to give this a crossways chop. This is just a plain old medium yellow onion into the chopper. He's going. I may have overloaded him. Who knows? Mama's got some oil over here for some fried taters. We're having a good old country meal. We're having sauerkraut and weenies and fried taters. Mama's made pinto beans today. And she's fixing to make her own little version here of some Mexican cornbread. And that's what I'm up to here. We are in the dead of winter, folks. So we don't have a lot of this stuff right here fresh. So this is just some frozen out of a pack we had. It's just mixed peppers and a few onions, but this is mostly just mixed peppers that we're going for. So this is going to serve as our green peppers and all that. It's yellow, red, and green peppers in here. And we need a little bit of all of them. And I'm just getting a nice little residue of them out. So there we go. And I'm going to give them a chop. They shouldn't take long to chop. And with those fresh onion I just chopped, these were frozen, so you know they ain't nothing too fancy. This will be delicious in some delicious Mexican cornbread. Let's see, there it is. That didn't take long. Mama, is that more than you'll need, or enough as you need, or what?
I think we might can mix it in here. That's more than I need. Just
Okay.
put it in here.
You don't want, I'll just leave it in there, because if you're mixing it in there.
Well, I'm going to put my skillet over and cut my wings up so they can...
You want me to cut them up? I'll come right here on this cutting board. Well, no, you might have eaten the whole pack of wieners.
I might have. There you go.
All right, ma'am. I will get this to go. And let me get something to open them with.
Now, scissors right here with her.
This is just some plain old Oscar Mayer wieners. Thank you, Mama. And I'm going to just snip them open here, trying to get into them. And we're just going to cut them up a little bit. Now, you can just take these right out of the pack, put them right in the kraut, and eat them.
You got this turned down what?
It's not on yet. Just turn it on about 3.
No, I can't. It's 3 of this. I'm going to put these in here. Put the
Now, wait,
lid
Mama,
on.
wait, Mama. Mama's trying to work without y'all. Mama's going to fry up some taters.
I'm just going to put them in here before that oil gets real hot because I've had them soaking in some salt water.
You really don't want to put wet in hot grease. So that's why she's adding them in now.
It got hotter fast when I tried it.
It gets hot real fast. That little thing works.
I'll let them cook just for her, and then I put salt in the water, but I peeled them earlier.
Y'all probably can't hear her. So she put salt in the water because she peeled them about an hour ago. And she wanted them to wait till I got home so we could show you off. And that's the reason she did that. You don't have to do that if you're fixing them. In fact, if you were fixing them, I would say wash them good, lay them out, let them dry good before you put them in any grease. Yeah, let's cut down on that poppage.
Now you can put your wing. This is hot, so don't touch it.
That's hot.
Yeah, this is hot. I'm going to steam those wingers just a little.
And put a little brown. That's what she's going to
Brown
do.
on it, not steam them.
And this is for kraut wings. We know that, but we like them brown, just a tinge. and it gives them a little flavor, and you put them in your kraut. What we did today, we had a can of kraut and a jar of kraut that had a little bit left. So we just combined, so it's a little over a 15-ounce can of kraut, and we put that good, delicious jarred kraut in there. I love the jarred kraut. The cans,
I do too. We just don't get it around here.
we don't get it as often. Sometimes the stores have it, sometimes they don't. When I go out somewhere, I pick us up some, and that works out fine. So there's our little bit of onion. And this is our wieners. It's going to be browned up, and our taters are. Mama, I did it. Nice to grease whitening. Mama's going to mix up this cornbread for y'all. And I guess there's going to be supper in it, Mama.
Yeah.
So, Mama, you go over here and talk, Purdy. Let them hear you.
So then you talk.
No, you talk. Yeah, I know you cooking, but you can talk
I
too.
can't concentrate. This I don't need often.
No, you don't make it near often enough. I'll guarantee you that.
And I'm just using Jiffy cornbread mix. I would. Well, I said I was. I can't get into it. I'm just going to put it in here.
Oh, these wieners smell good already.
They do.
Yeah.
I left them.
I know the street I come over here to pick.
You better get over here and stay with it, because I'm leaving them. And I just opened up a can of cream corn here. That's all that is. I'm going to add it in here. And these peppers and onions. Ooh, those fun. Now, get my eggs. I'm going to use 2 eggs. And get my buttermilk out of here. This is taking me a while. I can cook and do it all. I get messed up. There's 1 egg.
Sing then, Mama. Sing.
Same. 2 eggs. I don't leave that meat out of that mixture though. And I'm going to use, this is a can, and I'm going to put about a half a cup or so of it in here. I'm not using all of this whole can of corn.
Does that old cream style stuff?
Yeah.
What else are you going to use the other half for?
Well, I might eat it.
Not me.
No, I know you won't need it. And I get me some. And then some peppers out of here. And pour them in here. This one's gonna make very much. You'll have to excuse me a minute. I forgot to put my skillet in the oven to get hot. I've got to do that.
I'll put it in them.
Put a little oil.
I'll put it in there.
Okay.
You can make over any other time.
See what else I need in this. I need onions and peppers and corn and eggs. And before I put in the buttermilk, I'm going to have to put me just a little bit of regular meal in here because
Cornmeal?
yeah, that corn was so sweet. I'm just going to pour just a little. This ain't going to make very much.
Make a big old pond.
said add a little bacon grease to your mix. You want some in yours.
Yeah.
Give it that flavor.
How much you want, Mama?
Just about a teaspoon. Then enough peppers and stuff in it.
Oh, yeah. This will make it taste a little bit like crackling bread. Won't it?
So I think I've got it all stirred up here. Now all I'm going to do is get my You think I'll make it too hot if I put the rest of this in?
No, Mama, those aren't hot peppers. Look at that. Those wieners are done.
Since I'm wasting this.
What? The wieners?
No, the onions and peppers.
Oh, no, they will
Just
wait.
throw them in this bread.
Now, Mama, if you want that to be hot,
I don't want it hot.
I mean a little. I've got some jalapenos in here. I can put a few.
I done found them and decided against it. It called for jalapenos.
And you don't want them.
No, I don't want them. Okie dokie, I'm gonna let her go. And,
It'll be awful good.
oh, you want it hot. No, I don't.
Awful good. Mama's against the hot stuff. Almost as much as I am against cream style corn.
Watch that hand. Watch your hand.
All right, Mama. Let's get this in there. That can't be too hot, can it?
No, but it's gonna be as hot as it's gonna be.
It's going to be as hot as it's going to be, she
Because
said.
I gotta get that in there. You don't want it to set.
This is Mexican cornbread on the light side of heat, anyway. And Mama,
A little bit anyway. It'll taste different than plain.
it'll taste different, but it won't be no heat because them peppers has no heat.
Okie dokie.
All right, Mama. There you go. Wonder what that. There ain't a drop of heat to it. Not nary a drop of heat. Came home. Started to go up in the back and play with that dog. And I thought, you better change clothes. Because she's been out there in the rain all day.
She's been in the mud. She ain't too muddy though.
She's not muddy, but her paws are.
Yeah.
That's sharp, remember. I'm going to stick it right there for you.
Okay.
Put that on top. So, how was your Monday after the big night? Did you all get any sleep? That cream style corn looks better than some I've seen. But I still ain't no fan. Did y'all get any sleep last night? I hope you rested. It's hard to unwind sometimes, isn't it? When you've been wound up over a game or something. Now, I'm going to take the lid off from these because they're starting to brown on bottom. And I don't want to steam them all. I want them to be thin, tender. And you can see here, well, you really can't see it, but I can feel it. They've steamed and they cooked pretty good.
There's no salt or pepper either one.
Oh, Mama, I'm going to let you do all that mess. There's no...
Well, I soaked them in salt water to keep them crispy.
They're done just about. They'll fry up now. But you want to uncover them after you let them smother down. And you want to keep them turned. And that'll cook all that steam out. Who are you putting that much pepper in something? And that's going to make them even better. And now all we got to do is let them brown. But you want to let them brown off uncovered. You want to let them brown uncovered because that's what we're going for, is the brown. We've got the tender, now we need the brown. So what are y'all into? It's still raining out there. Actually, my hair looks like I've been running through the hedge backwards. But that little angel was so happy to see me. She hadn't seen me since this morning, really. I looked at her, and I think she might have gained a pound or two, like Mama said.
She has gained weight since she came here. She definitely has gained weight.
What are y'all eating tonight? Starve me to death. Go ahead. Love fried taters, Martha. We do too. I was tired today watching the whole game. My team did not win.
Oh.
Guess who I was pulling for? Great game though. Well, Jan, we can pretty well figure out who you was pulling for, and that was a long game, wasn't it? For Mexican cornbread. Hey, Janet. Love fried potatoes and Mexican cornbread. We normally don't have Mexican cornbread with pinto beans. I don't know what's gone into Mama, but she wanted some today, I guess.
Wanted something different.
She wanted something different.
Craving those.
We're making Mexican cornbread, Carol. Yep. Kelly Sears. Snowy here, she says. Where's here, Kelly? I'm going to tell you something, folks. It's 51 degrees. It's been in the 50s. It's been in the 60s. And we supposed to get snow tonight. I ain't joking. It ain't no joking matter. Kelly, where you at? You might be close to here. And you may be able to tell me when the snow's getting here. Anybody got snow right now? North Carolina, y'all got snow. Rita, you got snow. Rita Spencer, check in with the weather report. Kelly Sears, I see you there. Burritos, Deb says. Chinese, Honey says. I love Chinese. Chili, Wanda says. Now, Wanda, that's tomorrow night's menu here. You have pinto beans one day, chili the next. That's just like a southern rule. We'll probably have chili tomorrow night or one day soon. Cold and windy here in Texas. Homemade chili tonight. Jan, that sounds good. Mama, check that crowd. I smell it strong. We had spaghetti tonight. Ooh, Brandy. I love spaghetti. Brandy, I've been wanting my mama's lasagna. Will y'all ask her for it? Because sometimes I'll ask and ask, and she'll say she'll get to it, and one of you will say something about it, and she'll say, they're wanting lasagna. I said, they are? What about me, Mom? I've been begging for it for a week, too. Well, I know. But you asked for a lot, she said. She fixes anything I want. But sometimes it does take me a day or two to get her on the notion, don't it, Mama?
Yeah.
Are we close to a lasagna night?
I don't know about that.
I don't know, but see how she treats me. See how she does me. So one of y'all can say, I sure would like to have some of Mama's lasagna. And she'll say, they're wanting me to fix lasagna. That's what she does with them kids that used to come here back in the day. She'd fix them stuff. And I get a little bit jealous. I don't care to tell it.
A little.
Now, you don't want to mess your potatoes up. I don't want to say don't stir them because they will burn. And I'm not used to this skillet or I wouldn't be turning them as much. Because I don't really know how it cooks. And it's got that thermostat kind of goes off and on here. But you don't want to overwork them. A lot of people will tell us that this skillet's too crowded for fried potatoes. It could be, depending on how you cook them. But we like a combo of crunch and mush. We want them to be tender inside, good and crunchy on the outside. So we like a little combo. Some people only like some crispy. Some people only like some steamed. I used to have friends, and I'd go to their house, and their mama would make mashed potatoes. And my friends would tell me when they'd come here, we don't like mashed potatoes. I said, how can you not like mashed potatoes? Goodness sakes. Mashed potatoes is good. No, we don't like them. I don't know how you eat them. I said, well, Mama, they're just good. Well, they didn't like them. So I went to their house and had supper one night. I found out their mama mashed potatoes, but that was it. There was no butter, there was no cream, just a little bit of water.
No salt, no pepper.
A little dash of salt, a little dash of pepper, and a mashed up potato. No wonder them boys didn't like Mama's mashed potatoes. So they come over here another time, and Mama had mashed potatoes, and I insisted that they taste just one bite of them, and they were like, those are good. And I'm like, they got butter, they got cream. That's what we do. So it wasn't mashed potatoes they didn't like, they just didn't like the way their mama fixed it. I didn't say nothing. I just let it go. Now I'm just trying to get in here gentle like, make sure nothing ain't burning. There's a coil in this thing and it'll burn on that coil. We're going to try to leave them alone now. Mama was fixing to say something. She don't want to embarrass me in front of my friends. She's fixing to say, if you won't leave them taters on, we're going to have mashed potatoes tonight.
That's right.
I know we're too good. Biscuits and sausage gravy and tater tots for supper. Rhonda, that's something we've never done, is tater tots for breakfast. Mama, that'd be easy. Why have we not done that, Rhonda?
I do hash browns.
We do hash browns, but we've never done tater tots, and how much easier could you get than a tater tot for
We
breakfast?
don't need that corn over here.
I don't ever need that corn. Not now, not never, ever. Cream style corn and me, don't.
Excuse me.
Mama's done sneezed in it now. Rhonda, thank you for that. I'll try some tater tots for breakfast. Leftover chili tonight, Brent. That sounds good to me. Now, if it was leftover
chili, I wouldn't have been cooking all of this.
If it was leftover chili here, Brent, we would be putting sauerkraut on it and eating it on corn chips. That's usually our second night of chili. Or taco salad. I had soup, beans, fried taters, and cornbread for supper. Also, very good. Melody, see, that's good minds, things alike. I eat them all the time. For breakfast, PJ, tater tots, is that what we're talking about? I love kraut. I do too. I ate northern soup beans with ham and jiffy cornbread. That's what we had last time, Peggy. When we had beans, we had white northerns and ham bone. Well, did we have cornbread with that, Mama?
Yeah. Just plain cornbread.
Now, a secret to potatoes is called slow and low. That's a southern secret. Most people who tell you how they like their taters in the South will say, I like to slice them kind of medium. Get them in that skillet and cook them slow and low. Meaning on low, let them just sit there and let them get good and done, and let them get a good brown on them. Now you see how that thermostat kicked back in? Because they're frying up again. And they'll keep doing that. But you want to go slow and low. You don't want to mush them. You just want to gently turn them. It says you could place a few jalapenos on the top or on, I could. Yeah, Tammy, I could, but Mama didn't give me that opportunity. You see how quickly she grabbed that pan and threw it in there as soon as I mentioned a jalapeno? Due for a bad storm tomorrow. Brenda, where? What kind of storm? What flavor? Are we talking white fluffy or are we talking wet? Because if it's a white fluffy, I'm not voting for that one. Now we're supposed to have Jabbery over there said, I can't say her name or she'll start talking to us. Jabber said a while ago that we were having, what did she call it? A wet and snowy night.
Yeah. Wet and snowy.
It's 51. No, it's gone up. It's 53 degrees.
It's gone up.
Explain that to me, meteorologist. I know you have 53 and it can't stick. Can it?
No.
It's been 60 degrees here. 50 every day. And here we're talking about snow. I told y'all the other day, don't just be fooled with this pretty spring-like weather. Mother Nature will tell you a thing or two about it. I'm looking right here and I'm seeing some brownage. Let's see if we can turn it gently like. Yep, see, that's what you're wanting right there. You don't want it to turn burnt. You want it to stay. Now that's what we're looking for. That golden brown. If you just leave it alone, you'll get that. But don't let it stay too long or you'll get burnt.
You want your pintos in it.
Bowl, please, with lots of juice. I like the soup in my soup beans. Okay, let's do a little poll. I want to know who all out there says pinto beans and cornbread, and who out there says soup beans and cornbread. I figure right here where we live, it must be right on the dividing line. Because it's just as common for us to say pinto beans and cornbread as it is for us to say soup beans. And no matter who you talk to, we all know what we're talking about. But now someone on here said, what you call pinto beans, we call soup beans. And I said, we call them that too. And other people have told me that they call it only soup beans. They don't. And I've got an uncle that only refers to the soup beans.
Yeah.
But Mama has always said pintos or soup beans either one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Where do you live? Tell us, give us your state and what you call it. Say Ohio and pinto beans or
And
soup
some of
beans.
them calls them, what is it? Brown.
Brown soup beans?
Brown beans.
Something that we heard. Somebody did say that on the last time we had them. We call them brown beans. What?
Yeah.
Brown beans, white beans, and something else you said.
Yeah.
White beans and brown beans is about the only dry bean we cook. We don't have a wide variety. You know, northerns, we'll do some, we don't do dried limas usually.
I don't eat them. Really.
Mama don't care for those, but soup beans, we used to have them once a week. And then Daddy discovered Lux soup beans, and he loved them. And he would say, just open me a can of beans, which means Lux. And then every once in a while, Mom would cook a big old pot of them. In the winter, most of the time we cook beans, and then we use it for chili the second day. But in the summer, to cook pinto beans, you're talking 4 or 5 hours usually. So we cook them less in the summer, wouldn't you say? A lot less.
Yeah.
But this time of year, it's always good to have a pot of beans going.
It was rainy, gloomy. I thought, well, beans.
And she hadn't fixed them for me in about 18 years.
Oh, I fixed them a while back.
Okay, it might have been 18 days. It's been a month. Giving her a hard time. It's been a minute. It has been a couple of months, hasn't it, Mama?
It's been a while. And this is the
Smallest I've ever seen her fix.
cooked a kettle of pinto beans I've ever cooked in my life.
She's just using the medium kettle. And we call it a kettle. You all call it a boiler, a pot. I've had many corrections over the years. We call them kettles. We have pans, skillets, and kettles. Somebody said, well, what do you call a tea kettle? I said, just that, a tea kettle. So we have tea kettles and we have kettle kettles. Big kettles, little kettles.
Kettles.
Every once in a while, when I feel fancy, I'll call it a saucepan.
Ooh.
If it's been on the box or wherever I got it from, they called it that. So sometimes Mom will say, what are you going to use? I'll say, that medium saucepan, Mike. She'll correct me a lot of times, say, this kettle. You know. I don't do it to be fancy. I really don't. It's just that that's what I'm used to. Like, for some reason, I call y'all's, and they released theirs today. They launched it this morning, so if you've ordered back, you probably getting yours. And if you want to order, they've got them today, so they were out. For some reason, they call it a saucepan, and I call it a saucepan. But normally, it'd just be called a kettle. All of our Tupperware dishes, I think I just call them a kettle. We've got some Kittles, some little bitty ones, some big ones, some that Granny had that we've used since creation, haven't we, Mama? And it's kind of funny. That's not water. It's kind of funny.
Sorry
she ain't
about
happy
that.
till she slings you all around a minute. I think she's supposed
Sorry
to reference
about that.
Are you through over there?
No, I'm trying to give us some room here. You've got too much out here.
Spices. All right, she's cleared. What was I saying?
Put your onion on here. Let's get that cutting board.
I was saying something about Kittles and something. Granny.
Little kills, big kills.
Little Kittles, big Kittles. I don't know. When she come up here beating up on you all, I just stop.
Oh.
Now this is bothering her. This is a
I
little.
gotta have room.
This is a little Tupperware cutting board I use for. If I don't lose an eye, it'll be a miracle. Call somebody. She's out of control. Look at her. She's loving every minute of it. Check your taters, wild thing.
Well, they're looking done.
Now see where I brown them wieners, how much better. And those will taste so good with that little bit of char on them.
How's your ketchup in case you want some of that?
I am tired today. So some of y'all write in and say he looks tired. Because I really do. And I want Mama to read it down here. Why am I tired? I don't know. Well, I'm usually, when I wake up, I'm good. If it's 4:30, I'm good. If it's 5 o'clock, I'm good. I don't sleep longer than, look here. Oh. Cornbread of any flavor is wonderful. Let's watch Mama flip this.
Yeah, watch Mama flip it. It ain't gonna up.
Now this is not unusual.
I didn't get my skillet hot.
She didn't get it hot, but that's not unusual for Mexican cornbread because you got all that stuff in it, and it sometimes will stick. And that's one reason Mama claims sometimes she don't want to make it, and she'll say, I don't want to mess the skillet up. So what she'll do is, now watch her, she's going to clean all that out over there and wipe it out with water. Then she'll put some bacon grease in it and put it back in that hot oven. That'll re-cure it from where we've messed it up a little bit of. You don't want to fry meat or anything in your cornbread skillet. But if you do happen to do a little Mexican cornbread or something with a little something extra.
Make it hotter than what this was.
Heat your skillet up. Now watch it, Mama. Show them how to do this skillet. Bring your grease over here.
Oh, I just...
Now what she's going to do, she's wiped it out. She's going to pour a little bit of grease in it. Just a little. And she's going to put it back in that hot oven. Sometimes she'll turn the oven back on even. But she's going to let it re-season in that spot where it's stuck a little bit. Now if you have one that sticks, that's all she did. She didn't wash it. She just wiped it out. As a rule, we don't wash our cornbread skillet. Not because the soap would just destroy it. It's just that you don't have anything in that cornbread that comes out clean, and usually your skillet's clean, and you just wipe it out, put it back in your oven, and it'll stay in there. So this ain't bad, because the next cornbread will be a real cornbread, and it'll be fine.
If you let it get good and hot.
Let your skillet get good and hot so it sears on contact. I thought we was in trouble a while ago when she didn't. So she's put that back in there. Now that protein grease, some people may tell you differently, but we don't use olive oil. It has a very low smoke point. I don't want to season a skillet with olive oil.
This is the smallest skillet beans I've ever cooked in my life.
It looks delicious, Mama. They've been on all day.
Not all day. I just cooked them this evening.
I don't want to season a cornbread skillet with olive oil. I probably would with avocado oil if I wanted not to use a protein. My choice, what I like to do, and what Mama and Granny always did, is bacon. Pork fat. You can use any kind of meat fat, protein fat, to do it, but it has a higher smoke point and it'll hold. So now that was bacon grease, pure bacon grease she put in there. That oven's hot, so it's going to be in there. Now before we use it again, she'll wipe all that out. Then she'll put fresh in there. And the next time, instead of vegetable oil, she'll probably use bacon grease. And she'll let it get screaming hot before she puts her cornbread in there. And it shouldn't stick next time. Y'all will probably be here, and we'll check it. We'll know what happened. Mama, there's a spatula.
Oh, I couldn't lift with that. And round on bottom.
You couldn't lift with that wooden spatula?
Not probably. I didn't even know it was laying there.
But that's how you get your cornbread re-seasoned. That's how you work on that cornbread skillet, to re-season it, get it where it ought to be, and it ain't the end of the world. But now if I fried some hamburgers in it, it could be the end of the world for me, because I could get killed. Mama might just pitch a cornbread skillet fit.
I have before.
Oh my gosh. I've seen you at your worst over a cornbread skillet. Do you remember that Christmas night? Do you remember that Christmas night I put it in the dishwasher?
Oh.
And you caught it before we ran the dishwasher, but because of course she was restacking it, because whoever stacked it didn't stack it to suit her. She found that cornbread skillet in there, and she was trying to make a point to everybody in the room, but she used me as an example, and she said, "Did you put my cornbread skillet?" I said, "No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Somebody put my cornbread skillet." Nobody owned up to it.
Yes.
I was afraid, because this wildcat right here had lost her mind over a cornbread skillet. So, that's
Extremely hot.
extremely hot. So, nobody ever put it in there again, though. I can guarantee you that. You wanna see a Southern woman almost lose her religion? Not quite, but almost. Put her cornbread skillet in
I make tea. You want tea?
No, I've got coffee.
Oh, you've got coffee.
Put her cornbread skillet in the dishwasher. She may not say bad words, but some of them you won't quite understand.
Not that bad.
Some of them was just syllables that she jammed together. What? I'm like, no words yet. But when we get a word, you brace yourself. And I still remember it, and it's been 15, 20 years ago. Serious stuff. But the cornbread skillet will survive this Mexican cornbread night tonight. Mama, I'll take that wild cornbread and I'll cut it up. Let me show you another little secret. Since Mama hardly ever has any stuck cornbread, I can't always show you this. So now you're going to take this to church for a potluck. And it's all roughed up here. And, it don't look its best. See there? So on this night, on this time, you just take that cornbread. Now all you Southern, I just broke it, so I don't know what we did with that. You Southern angels out there who know what I'm fixing to do, you all done this once in your life if you've gone to any socials. See, I broke that. Now, Mama would just throw this out right now, or we'd eat it and she'd have to make another one. But if you don't break your cornbread, you just put it top side up then. And nobody knows the difference. But in my case, I broke it. And everybody will know the difference. And Mama would really pitch a fit.
My refrigerator light is not on out there. It's running, I think.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Mama, we may have some crumblage here. Because I broke it as I turned it over, but it shouldn't have broke that easy. I think you might put too much corn
in it. That's what
that corn will get you every time. Could have been where I broke it too, though.
The what?
Could have been because I broke it, because I flipped it over to show them the secret, how to
hide the bad part.
Hide the bad part. Mexican cornbread is not like your real cornbread. It'll do things that Your real cornbread won't do.
I probably got it too much corn because I dipped it out of that bowl.
It's gonna eat beautiful, Mama. We ain't gonna fuss. We ain't gonna. And we see cornbread so rarely here. We're gonna take it because we love it. Now, got you a big old piece of cornbread.
I reckon it is a big old piece of
I
corn.
know you like Crown Wieners. You gonna do the honors on the soup things? This is some good country eating. Good fixings, Mama. Good fixings.
Yeah.
Look at them taters.
I could just eat taters.
I'm gonna take this right here because I see some good right here that you're gonna eat. Mama loves those right there, and these right down here. These is what Mama's favorite is. They aren't awful good, ain't they, Mama? But right here, that's the cream of the crop. Mama loves that right there. Don't you, Mama?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's bless it, and we'll enjoy it. Are y'all in there? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal tonight. We thank you for nourishing our bodies with it. Dear Lord, we thank you for your mercy and your grace and your blessings. And dear Lord, we just ask you to watch over everyone gathered here tonight. Answer each and every prayer, every request. Dear Lord, be with them. Watch over those facing lost. Dear Lord, we pray for them as well. Watch over our nation, dear Lord, and our world. And put a hedge of protection around us and our children, dear Lord. Be with us in your name. We pray. Amen.
Amen. Thought that's blood. I guess that's a piece of pepper.
There ain't no blood on me. I'm going to try this cornbread first.
Yeah, I'm kind of let down on it.
How come?
It's crumbly.
Well, it's a little crumblier than you usually do, but it's that corn. The flavor is out of this world.
Tastes just good.
And those peppers are good in it, even though they were frozen at one time.
It didn't get too much in it.
And this is made with that Jiffy. We usually just use straight up.
I had to put extra meal in it because I put too much corn.
Let's go delicious.
It's good.
And I didn't mess these fried taters up either.
I'm proud of you.
You did the seasoning and they're perfect.
I could eat that cornbread like cake.
Because we never see it.
I know it.
We go long stretches. Where we used to be a 3 cornbread a week family.
I used to fix it every night.
Well, yeah. Crown wings is really good.
I ain't got that far yet.
You did good. Kraut's good for you. I have a friend who makes kraut.
I used to make kraut all the time.
It's not cooked, so it's better for you. There's stuff in it. And you can buy certain krauts that aren't pasteurized, or I don't know if that's the right word. He tries to tell me stuff like that, and I try to listen. Mama, these soup beans are wonderful. Would you like a little onion?
No.
Now, we usually do chow chow and onion. I just like a little piece or two of onion in there. And I like a little piece of cornbread. But I don't like to crumble my cornbread in there because I like to keep that soup But I'll throw one in and I'll dip him back out with a little slice of that onion like that.
Your daddy would have thick bread and beans and no juice.
Oh, yeah. He would sit there and strain them. Then he'd put them in his bowl, then he'd throw cornbread to absorb the rest of it. How much do you pay for that onion? Because you get your money's worth. Even if it's $100. That's a hot onion. That's a hot one. Maybe that's what heats in this cornbread.
It's just a yellow,
You all right?
a yellow bag of onions.
Boy.
You don't want no more than got.
Yeah, I like them. But I wasn't prepared for the intensity of it. No, it was good. It's just, whoo. It was warm. Do you like soupy soup beans or dry
You
soup?
try to
beans?
give me some of it.
I wouldn't have tried if I'd have tasted of it. It is powerful. You better get ready for it.
Huh?
You better get ready for it.
It ain't strong in the bread. Or I've not tasted a strong type yet. I'll put it that way.
Well, that little first piece I took there, you got my attention.
It's in a little yellow green onion. I mean, yellow onions, though. I guess it was powerful.
If you pick sprout and weenies for your family and you don't char them a little bit, try that. Just char them up in a skillet, then add them to your kraut just like you always would.
A lot of times I fry them and then pour my kraut over top of them. This time I had the kraut here.
And a lot of times we'll use brats instead of just plain wieners. Whole different flavor there. All right, Mom, we've been on here forever and you've been talking their head off.
You know what?
Y'all got anything you want to add? Any questions about what we're eating?
I ain't talking my head off now. I'm eating.
Bad storm, somebody said. I'm telling them I have to check the weather close because I think we are going to be in for something.
I called her and she'll know about it.
I got to check on. I'm worried about that baby. We got to get her. I got to make sure she got plenty of good warm food. If it's going to drop, she's used to 50.
She's gained so much weight, she won't know the difference.
Fat people get cold too, Mom. I tell people skin's on the outside, not on the inside. What's wrong with you? I do get hot easier, but cold is still the same. Mama, you got anything you want to add tonight? I stopped you. Sorry about that.
Stop and see if somebody said something.
Just having leftover pork. Pork stew, Carol. That sounds good. Why only one skillet for cornbread? Why only one skillet for cornbread?
I've got several still.
Kendra Lynn, we have several. We have a real good one. We have a
bigger one that I use.
big one. We have a real small one, like a 6-inch. It's a cornbread skillet. And this one that we've got over there is Mama's thick cornbread. That's the only one she'll make Mexican cornbread is that one over there. But it's a good size for us too. It's an 8-inch.
And it fits in the easy bake.
It fits in the easy bake. But she's got a big cornbread skillet. You can tell a cornbread skillet at a flea market, yard sale, or antique store. Every time I've ever seen one, I bought it. And so we've got 4 or 5 of them here. And of course my granny had one. Mama's aunt, I think, had one we had. So we've got some cornbread skillets, but Mama's got 2 that she uses a lot. But a lot of families just have one. And you only need one. So most families just have one good cornbread skillet.
My old original cornbread skillet don't fit in the easy bake.
It's 12 inches.
It's a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one I always made cornbread in when your daddy was here. It's not even taken by a big
Well,
thing.
taste about it.
I told you I could eat cornbread and potatoes.
You ready to go, Mama?
Well, they are good, even if I did fix them myself.
They're delicious. You got anything you want to add, Mama? Well, say goodbye, Mama. Say good night.
Good night, Mama. Have a blessed, blessed night.
It is good. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.